Hello, everybody. This is 401 Solstice 25, and welcome back to my Temple of Ianite project building progress, or whatever you want to call it. Work in progress project? That's something, I guess. Yeah. So, as you can see, there's not much different with this picture, but bam! There actually is something different with this picture. You just weren't looking at the right angle, were you? Of course you weren't. I was facing up. I dictated it. But yeah, I decided I was going to add a little something extra to this little entrance area. Like, try to add in a little design to the stairs and pathway here and just sort of sprucing it up a little bit. I think I did a pretty good job. I added in the little scale design I've been using. Only I might have made it a little different. Just a wee bit different. Actually, might have done it slightly different in most of these scenarios. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'm just sort of looking at these now and I'm like, did I do any of these very consistently? I have no idea. But does it matter? Probably not, as long as it's definable as a scale. I mean, that's basically all I need, is for it to be definable for what it is. And I added a bit of some random design around it and had this going with red sandstone. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It definitely sprucens up the very front end of this for sure. Yeah. And also off camera, I added these here. Kind of to mirror the nether brick along the bottom. But up top, looks pretty decent. Trying to think if there was anything else different I did. I don't think so. So yeah, I'm personally pretty happy with this. This is probably the first sort of pixel arty thing I've done in just straight up slabs in the middle of a staircase going down. Especially a more abnormally shaped staircase. And I've also, as you can see, tried to add in a sort of a border framing thing going with standard stone bricks. I think that really adds a little something to it. But I can tell there's going to be something else I might want to do. Most certainly, I'm probably going to want to add something to this. But that will have to be another time. Another day. Die another day. James Bond reference. 007. Yeah, now I'm just trying to decide exactly what I want to go after next. I suppose I should really want to go after this wall, but I don't know what I want to go about with it. I suppose I should want to take what's coming around over here to over there somehow. So I guess from here we'll do this ish. So at the very least there's something kinda started there. And it is kinda connecting. Like, I want this kind of progress moving. It's just been standstill, and I've just been doing some of these smaller detail patch-ups and fixes and such. And it's just like, why are you not this far? You could totally make it this far. Why haven't you? Is there problems? Is there a problem? If anything, I would say it's probably because I've been trying to just straight up avoid doing it. Like, if there's something I think is going to be like particularly more thought process to go into to figure it out and sort out the perks and such, I'll probably want to like dodge it and work on something else that I think is probably going to be a little less nasty to work on. Just a little bit, not necessarily a whole lot less nasty, just a little bit less nasty. Huh. I suppose I should also maybe want to move something like a little more back, like say around here. And wait a minute, did I for... Let me check something. I feel like I did something over here that I didn't do over there, and I was right. Yeah, I didn't add this one in. I keep forgetting about that existing there. It's just a location I don't normally stare at. So let's sort that now, before I have another chance to physically forget and just never get it fixed. That would be ridiculous. It should be fixed. It should most definitely be fixed. Hold on a sec. 4, 5. You know what? Since this keeps happening, let's... Actually, better yet. Let's use regular glowstone for this one. Just be more sure that's gonna stay lit. I need you to stay lit for me, buddy. I need you to stay lit. That would be most nice. Most enjoyable. Most pleasing to my senses. My sense of sight. Okay. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it was you. You scoundrel. Someone should slap you. But I try to not be so violent. Unless if I'm playing a game where you're basically supposed to be violent. Like say Attack on Titan Tribute game. That game you're supposed to be violent. If you're not violent, you're probably gonna die. And you're not actually playing the game if you aren't being violent. You know what? I have not actually done anything of this sort into here. And then I'm going to do a bit off camera. Okay, everyone, I am trying something. out. See how I like it. It's this. I have that going on both ends. Oh, excuse me. I think I kind of like it, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like there's something I should be doing with this. It's like too plain. Too plain. Most definitely too plain. Or at least in this current state, it is too plain. For starters, it most definitely needs like some kind of more three-dimensional shaping up, I suppose. Like I was just sort of doing right there. Why did I just stop? Just for safety measures, I kind of want it to go right through. And by safety measures, I mean in case if going to be visible through the inside. I don't think that should become the case, but it might. Like, I don't personally know. I haven't like planned this out ahead of time. So it's a iffy kind of thought. It most definitely like loses the flatness of that. But still, I can already tell it's gonna need a little more. I really do like where that's going. I very much like where that's going. Like this kind of color thing going. I'm gonna need to go back to a gray block. Like say stone bricks, that's for sure. And I think I'm going to make a thicker section of stone, sort of like a thick, at least 3 thick section of stone brick. Maybe around 5 actually. And I think I'm then going to play around with certain like thickness designs with that. Like when I say thickness designs, I mean like this, like stuff of this sort. Just like, and some parts it comes out, whereas sometimes it goes in, whereas stuff like that. Yeah, I think that'll probably work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it'll be quicker for me to do it this way. Something how building these larger projects reminds you of exactly how fast you can just like right click. Like this is how fast it goes if I just hold down right click, which for me is just wicked slow. And that's how fast it goes when I don't hold right click. So yeah, I don't like to hold right click. Which sucks when it's night because I'd rather not try to like wake other people up. Ah, it's already here. See, I built it so fast. It's just like already at the top. But no, that ends sooner. How thick is this? Like 5? Alright, that's already where it needs to be. Cool. Cool beans. Which is not good. I mean, who eats beans cold? When you think about it, that's wouldn't you rather they be like warm, like baked or something? Maybe in a burrito. I mean, that's like the standard of like where people have their beans at. Then there's like soybeans. Which reminds me, I still kind of want to try tofu. Someday. I want to just have like the most ultimate vegan diet-based meal ever. Like personally, I am not vegan or vegetarian. So I have quite the colorful meals. Or at least what seems like a colorful variety for meals. Like, I really enjoy fish. I like really enjoy stuff like steamed broccoli and all these crazy different kinds of rice. Of course I like chicken, but I'm pretty against fried chicken for the most part. Like, I am not a KFC fan. Like, I'm more of like a grilled chicken kind of guy, really. Or like something a little less greasy, and I don't like bones in my chicken. I prefer boneless. And to some, I'm sure that's like some of the when it has the bones, it's like the better parts or something, and they're like, "Oh, this is like the dark meat stuff. This is supposed to have more flavor or something." And I'm like, I don't get into that. Dun. Place all of the blocks, you fool. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what it looks like when I'm doing some of these grindier works. I'll just be like place, 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 place. And I'll be like placing at like the speed of sound or something. Like I'm giving Sonic friggin' competition. Let's see. This is like this. And I think it should be fine if I carry this over. Yeah, it should be fine. Alrighty, so here's what we got so far with this. So, I've decided to try something a little different for this spot, and also added a bit more of this in. Most mainly for this spot particularly. I think I will have magenta wool right there for now, unless if I come up with something better. As well as right here. Now, for the most parts, I thickened it up because I wanted the snow blocks to line up with the center of these. And you don't exactly get a center block when there's two. You get two center blocks because that is the center. Now, something I haven't quite tried yet is seeing this more fuller. It's gotta be looking a lot more colorful now, and I forgot to move this. Dang it, I keep forgetting. Listen, pal. Whatever I named you, if I named you, like, you were pretty cool and all, but you kind of get in the way of the view. Just a wee bit. Yeah, I think I like that. I very much so am liking this. It is looking pretty good with that as the wall. Of course, there's gonna be a little more work that needs to be figured out, but that's to be expected. And quite frankly, it's really having its I picked a good shape, that's for sure, for a lot of this stuff. I'm actually surprised how good the shapes are for this. If anything, I think some of the gold is standing out a little too much. But yeah. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Or for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a suggestion if you have any for things I could maybe try. Like, you could like point out like a specific moment of me looking at something and be like, you should add this here or something. And I'll be like, okay, let me take a look and think about it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.